If I had £100 for every time somebody told me the market research industry was dead, I wouldn't be quite retired, but I think I'd have a few quid in my back pocket, let's put it that way. I've had big data, passive data, now AI and machine learning. I've all come, they've all stayed, but the market research industry is still around as well. And I think when it comes to artificial intelligence, we really need to have a sensible conversation about what it's going to do to the industry and how we can harness it to help all of us deliver excellent data. So the common view on it all is that artificial intelligence is going to replace us all, not just in market research, but in all walks of life. And of course, that's not going to be the case. How I like to look at it is not actually artificial intelligence, but augmented intelligence. How is it going to help us in our jobs today? So if it's not going to replace us, what's it going to do? And first of all, I'll just pose the question to any researchers. Which researchers out there actually want to have to copy and paste text from a Word document into a software package? Which researchers want to have to go through and check all data tabulations by hand? Which researchers want to have to look at every single open end in the survey to check for data quality? Which researchers want to have to sit down and create all the reference decks in PowerPoints and executive summaries from a data set for every single study we do? My answer, as somebody who was a market researcher first off, is no, I don't want to do that. So why don't we think about the ways in which we can use AI to support us in our day jobs? So at Walr, we're already seeing massive benefits in terms of what we can do with AI and machine learning in terms of the quality, the speed, and the cost effectiveness of the data we can provide to our clients. Our AI-based Word survey reader is not only saving us time in terms of how long it takes us to script surveys, but also it's making them more accurate and saving time at the testing phase, because using AI removes a lot of human error in the copy and pasting. Being able to run open ends through a trained AI model first is also cutting down time in terms of the time that it takes us to check data and clean out respondents who haven't been attentive enough. What we can do now is run it first through the AI model, and then what that does is it flags open ends, and then we get the human eye to check from that point. That's really important, because even with AI models which are trained, there's always things which come up which they don't yet understand. For example, when we first did this on a gaming study, every kid who said a game was sick got flagged. Now we've trained the model, it doesn't anymore, but that's why it's so important to still have a human eye on it as well. And one of the most exciting developments is a proof of concept we're working on at the moment, where we're using AI to review our data sets and provide us with automated executive summaries, pulling out the key data points, so then our clients have that as a first starting point to start thinking about the insights they want to deliver to their clients. The most important point to make here is that none of this can be done without experienced and trained market researchers and data collection experts. For anyone who has used ChatGPT and they find that the answer is clearly wrong because it hasn't had the latest information, it exactly works in the same way as what we're talking about here. We still need people who know their craft to be working with these AI models to make sure it's accurate and effective. So, like I was saying, it's not about artificial replacing, it's about augmenting what we can do today. So from my perspective, the world of augmented intelligence in market research is a much better one to be working in, so let's bring it on.